Okay, good evening. Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. We're going to start with the approval of the minutes. So can I have a motion approving the October 8th, 2025 minutes of the regular meeting of the town board? Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good, and it passed. Okay, we don't have any bid openings, but we do have a public hearing this evening. So we have a public hearing on the establishment of Consolidated Sewer District Number 1, Extension 169, the property of Matthew Bullock and Stephanie Susie at 413 Tracy Creek Road, tax map 172.79-1-34. So I'm going to read the relevant portion of the public announcement. It is ordered that a meeting of the town board of the town of Vestal shall be held in the town hall, 605 Vestal Parkway West, Vestal, New York, on the 22nd day of October 2025 at 6 p.m. to consider the petition and to hear all persons interested in the subject thereof concerning the same and for such other action on the part of the town board with relation to said petition as may be required by law or proper in the premises, and is further ordered that the town clerk shall publish a certified copy of this order in the Binghamton Press and Sun Bulletin in its edition of October 8th, 2025, and is further ordered that the town clerk shall post one copy of this order on the town clerk's bulletin board not less than 10 nor more than 20 days prior to the hearing date. And that was issued on October. So with that, we're going to proceed to the public hearing. Does any member of the public wish to speak on this topic? Okay, so we're going to close the public hearing and we're going to move on to the seeker. Okay, based upon a thorough review and examination of the known facts relating to the action and its careful review of all potentially adverse environmental impacts and the entire record and proceedings relating to the action as of the date of adoption of this resolution, including but not limited to information included on the project's environmental assessment form, information provided by the applicant, involved and interested agency input, and public input, the board finds that the action will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment and that a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. Okay, so I need a motion approving a negative declaration as to the seeker, as there are no large or significant environmental concerns identified with regard to this permit application.
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. So is there any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good, and it passes. So we're going to go back to the original resolution. So it's a resolution on the establishment of Consolidated Sewer District Number 1, Extension Number 169, the property of Matthew Bullock and Stephanie Susie at 413 Tracy Creek Road, tax map 172.79-1-34. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert. And seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And it passes. So we're going to move on to supervisor updates. Two things we want to announce are currently on the website, and hopefully we want to get it out to the public. Number one is that there is a Vestal referendum on the ballot this year. So we want you to know all about the referendum, why it had to be on the ballot, and have as much information as possible. Please go to our website to find out the details. But essentially, it is not a change in any policy or any procedure that is happening in the town board. It's a correction of a procedure that was done in 2021. And with this referendum, if it passes, tax collection will still be done locally as it is now. And the second thing, also on the town website, we encourage you to go there as well for this, landlord registry. So there are rental properties in residential and rural areas in Vestal. All of the owners of those properties must register with the police department by December 8th. Okay, and this is to identify individuals that are responsible for the care and maintenance of the property. In essence, a contact person for the code department in case there's an issue. So please go to the website for more information for those two things. And with that, we're going to move on to the first section, which is privilege of the floor. So this is for agenda items only. I should remind everybody of the rules. Each speaker must only speak during town business, be respectful of all elected officials, town employees, members of the audience, and all other persons. Please no personal attacks. Wait to be recognized. State your name and address before speaking. Speak at the podium. Speak for no more than 3 minutes. Be brief and to the point. Address comments to the board only. Only speak during the designated public comment section. And speakers will be heard in entirely, then will be addressed by the board. Does anybody wish to speak to an agenda item? Okay, so we're going to go on to the rest of the meeting. So resolutions and motions. We don't have any this evening, so we're going to move on to Public Works. Sue?
8.1, resolution authorizing Johnny Yonker, Park Superintendent, to sell a Parks Department vehicle. The vehicle, a 2016 Chevy Model 3500 with VIN number 1GB3 KYC 8XG F27 8004, will be sold via public auction in as-is condition.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. Any discussion? Okay, so we're going to move to a vote. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
8.2, resolution authorizing Johnny Yonker, Highway Superintendent, to sell Highway Department vehicles. The vehicles would be sold via public auction in as-is condition. 2012 Ford model F-250 VIN number 1FT BF2 B68 CEA 17009. 1984 AM General M915A1 VIN number 1UT SH6 DES 002237. 1983 AM General M915A1 VIN number 1UT 9H6680 D90 2011 Ford model F-250, VIN number 1FT BF2 B66 CEA 17008. Miscellaneous items, 4 Chevy tailgates and 3 Chevy rear bumpers.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And the next one, Sue?
Okay,
Okay.
finance, 9.1, resolution for approval of a Parks Department budget amendment to transfer $8,000 from the New Trees line A7140-4082 to the operating expense and supplies line A7140-4060 for volleyball sand and well repair at Arnold Park.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
9.2, resolution for approval of a water department budget amendment to transfer $30,000 from the main replacement line W8340-3000 to the professional services line W8310-4000 to cover expected costs for the test wells project.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. So any discussion?
No.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
9.3, resolution to pay the town attorney for billable hours at the contracted rate for the following cases. SMA C001761, Vice versus Vestal, 2.1 hours, $200 per hour equals $420. SMA, C001759, Wixelman versus Vestal, 2.6 hours, $200 per hour equals $520.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. So any discussion?
No.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
9.4, resolution for the town board to approve payment in the amount of $225 to Hancock Estabrook LLP for outside counsel fees for legal services rendered through September 30, 2025. The services are as follows: general police matter.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion?
No.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And Sue, personnel?
Okay, 10.1, amend R 2025-230 to read appointment of town assessor resolution to appoint Jennifer Donlin as the town of Vestal assessor, effective upon taking the oath of office for a term of 6 years.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And point of discussion, just to clarify, it's not changing anything substantive in consultation with the town attorney. It's just a rewording of the previous resolution. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And Robert, planning and zoning?
11.1, resolution for the town supervisor to sign an agreement to purchase real property for the Wego Road over Tracy Creek Bridge replacement project. The property location tax ID number is 172.70-2-42. The purchase price is $2,000, 95% of which is reimbursable to the town through the Bridge New York grant program.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. So is there any discussion? Thank you. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
11.2, resolution for town board acceptance of the McFarland Johnson supplemental agreement number 3 for design phase services on the Main Street Bridge replacement project.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
11.3, resolution for town board approval of the McFarland Johnson supplemental agreement number 1 for geotechnical subsurface investigations on the Wego Road over Tracy Creek Bridge project. This supplemental agreement is in the amount of $2,205, 95% of which will be reimbursable via the federal funds award to this project. The net town cost will be $110.25.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, and seconded.
Second.
Thank you, Sue. And so all, any discussion?
No.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And Sue, public safety?
Okay, 12.1, resolution authorizing the purchase of 4 radios with required equipment for the Emergency Operations Center. The total cost is $9,838.36, which will be allocated from the fund balance.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. Is there any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
12.2, resolution for the town board to approve college tuition reimbursement for Officer Tabor. The total cost of reimbursement being requested is $1,500. This should be reimbursed out of the police department's college tuition line, A3102 20-4033, which has been budgeted for the 2025 fiscal year.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And so any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. So that's carried as well. And I just want to know for the public who's watching and says, we don't even think about it. All the discussion happens at the Monday meetings. Those are open to the public as well. I do encourage you to, if you have any questions or comments on these, that you come to the Monday meetings where you can talk to the board directly, and you can put something forward so that we can discuss it before our Wednesday meeting. So it has been discussed. It's just normally at the Monday meetings. Okay, with that, administration. So Robert, you have any?
Nothing
Yeah,
to the report.
thank you. And so receiving files, Sue?
Okay, warrants 2025, 41G, 41C, 41M, 41T, 42G, 42C, 42M, 42T, G being general operating expenditures, C being weekly capital expenditures, M, health insurance claim expenditures, T, flexible spending expenditures. We also have a change of tenant, 2540 Vestal Parkway East, tax map number 158.14-1-13. Change of tenant 3201 Vestal Parkway East, tax map number 158.11-1-21.
Thank you. We don't have any petitions or protests. We don't have any old business, but we do have something under new business. This actually was on the work session agenda. Nothing has been changed. It was taken off the agenda, but after legal consultation, it's back on. And that's just part of the Main Street Bridge project. So it's 16.1, which is a resolution awarding the construction contract for the Main Street Bridge over Big Choconut Creek to ING Civil. The contract value is $3,924,400. The majority of the project is federally funded, with the funding breakdowns included in the attached addendum, in the addendum that was put out for Monday's meeting. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. Is there any discussion? No. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good, and it's carried. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'll get to my other announcements for this evening. So the Recreation Department fall flyer is out and available at vestalrecreation.com. Please see the website for information on upcoming recreation events. I want to thank them, Patrick, Kelsey, and Dulcie, especially and all the volunteers who helped out during the Monster Mash. It was held last Saturday and there were over 1,200 participants. And as you know, it's a completely free event and it's incredibly great. So I want to thank them for all the work that it takes to make it happen. They also have up and coming the Mother-Son Sneaker Ball, which will be on November 21st at the Riverdale, and there are a few spots left. The hiking club will take a final hike for this year on Saturday, November 8th at Jones Park. Please see the recreation website for details and to register. The Christmas tree lighting and sing-along will be on Friday, December 5th at 6:30. And the gingerbread house decorating will be on Saturday, December 13th. Pre-registration is required, and there are limited spots available, so please register now. Registration has also opened for the Father-Daughter Ball, which will be on February 21st, 2026, at the Doubletree by Hilton on Water Street, Binghamton. So I want to thank them again for all the work that it takes to make all these great things happen. And also from the Highway Department, leaf pickup has started and will continue until completed or until the weather prevents the collection. Please rake your leaves to the curb, but not in the street, road, and the highway crews will be around to pick them up as soon as possible. And thank them for all their work all year long. Does any committee chair have anything to add this evening?
Public Safety Committee, the Vestal Fire District held their budget hearing on October 21st. The budget was approved. Vestal EMS, police, fire, and fire are continually applying for and receiving grants to make public safety more affordable. They're also continually enhancing and upgrading their trainings to keep our community a safe, healthy place to live. All departments are in the final review of their 2026 budget to have finalization completed shortly.
Thank you. Okay, Robert, you have anything? Okay, thank you. So then with that, we're going to move on to the public comment section, which is the last section for public comment. And that is on any general town business. So each speaker must only speak regarding town business, be respectful of all elected officials, town employees, members of the audience, and all other persons. Please no personal attacks, wait to be recognized, state your name and address before speaking. Speak at the podium, speak for no more than 3 minutes, be brief and to the point, address comments to the board only speak during the designated public comment section, and the speakers will speak in entirely, then will be addressed by the board. Does any member of the public wish to speak?
Joba Agnishwar, 817 Stonehenge Drive. Two questions. One is I guess they're for you, both of you, for Dan. Property update, the old Vestal Road nursing home. Just wondered if you had any updates on that. As I drive by, I see zero activity and still in a state of blight, and just wondering what's going on in that street with the neighborhood. And
that was supposed to be under contract and it's not. It was listed with John Munchko, and he actually did address some of the code concerns. He secured the building because it was unsecured, and he removed some piles of debris, etc. The owners subsequently hired Scott Warren as a commercial real estate broker. He's had the listing for 3 or 4 months. He told me about a month and a half ago that he expected it to be under contract very soon. I called him within the past couple of weeks to get an update. He said they still were not under contract. They were arguing over some points. I mean, I think the best case scenario would be that the sold to a third party, cleaned up. Right now, it's owned by an LLC. Isaac Anzaroo was cited for some code violations. I had the LLC recited because Isaac Anzaroo actually doesn't own that property. It's owned by an LLC. I think the name of it is 860 Vestal Road LLC. There is an Anzaroo who has an interest in that. That would be his father, Alan. There's a couple other interested parties. They're right now in a protected status with the bankruptcy court at LLC. So anything they do, they have to seek permission from the bankruptcy court to do it, whether it's sell it or do anything to it. So they're still, and I've talked to the attorneys, the bankruptcy attorneys, they're operating out of New York, and I check in with them every once in a while and say what's status. We're the ones that they're really the responsible parties right now. So things come up, I have to deal with them. And they're the ones that engage entities to address the issues that are present on the property.
okay, thank you. My other question was, can you speak to the ballot referendum? What is the specific correction that is being put out, and what happens if it does not pass?
If it doesn't, well, what?
I mean, it's right on the website.
I can.
Mhm.
Can you hear me? I didn't have my mic on before, so that brilliant response was probably unheard by everybody. But anyhow, on the ballot referendum, I don't know whether you were on the board at the time or not, but in any event, it was the primary purpose of it was to eliminate the elected position of tax collector. That has to be done by a referendum, and it was done by a referendum. But once you abolish the position of tax collector, then you need to do something to get the taxes collected. So the local law that was passed said if the elected position is abolished, then in that event, the town council should convene and either transfer the duties to the clerk's office, because the clerk at the time and presently knows how to do the job, or alternatively, make an appointment of a third party to collect taxes. If the clerk's office becomes unavailable, or if the expenses become a problem. That was the other half of that coin. Okay. So, or if the town wanted to engage the county, for example, like all the other municipalities have done. So that's what the local law allowed for. Now, when the referendum was passed, the language was sent to the Board of Elections, and it was it's necessarily going to be shortened because you can't put a whole local law on the flip side of your ballot. But it was shortened a little bit too much, I think, because it eliminated the entire idea of the town council convening and selecting which way to go. And it simply said in like one sentence, shall the duties of the tax collector be transferred over to the clerk? And that was what the voters saw, and that's what the voters passed. So that's where we are really, okay? Because the voter referendum was successfully carried, okay? So we're kind of going back in time at this point. We passed what?
Can I just say, there,
Let me just finish
Yeah.
my sentence. So because I'm almost done. So in any event, this is going back to we passed another local law, and given that the clerk's office is an elected position, anything that would affect the clerk's responsibilities also would go to a voter referendum. That's why it's back on for the voter referendum. But the local law that was passed was very similar to the one that was passed years ago that said, look at in the event that the well, it had already been abolished at the time, but it said, given that the referendum carried, the town board shall convene and determine how the taxes are going to be collected in the future, either through a third party appointment or alternatively through appointing the clerk's office. And the clerk's office could either say yes or no, I suppose. But that would be the idea. It's essentially a correction. And it also, the idea back then was to build a little flexibility in it so you don't have to go back to the people for a referendum, which is kind of a pain in the neck. And people sometimes you have to educate the people to like flip your ballot over, that sort of thing. So the idea is back then was to allow some sort of flexibility, and then moving forward, deal with this issue by resolution. So the local law that we just passed, I think it was last summer, did the same thing. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, right. So if it doesn't pass, it stays the way it is.
So we have a problem. The reason the referendum is being done is that the original procedure in good faith was done, but it wasn't done correctly. So there's two parts of the local law in question, and that was passed in 2021 by the town board, essentially eliminating the elected position. So in taking that away, that's fine. But the referendum description for the public was not accurate as to the local law that it represented. It only gave one of the two choices that the town board is supposed to do. The town board, specifically in local law, said that it was supposed to go for the referendum for the public and then come back to the town board to choose one of those two options. That never occurred. And the referendum to the public what they voted on was not accurate. And so it has to be redone. And we have to rectify it. So just to clarify, and if you look, actually, if you go to the website and you read it, and what I said today is that we're not changing anything in terms of procedures. Deborah's still going to be collecting. We're still collecting locally. We have 4 choices to pay now, and the in-person option will still be available to everybody. We had that whole discussion last year, and that's what our residents want. And then we added, thanks to Deborah's cooperation, we added electronic payments and a drop-off box for the convenience of the people who work or people who just opt to do that. But there are a lot of older, more senior residents who like to come in person. So that will always remain here, and we have no plans to change it. But the procedures have to be done correctly. They tried to do it the right way. It just wasn't represented to the public in the correct manner. And so they didn't actually know what they were voting on. We're not changing anything. The procedures are staying the same. Deborah is still going to continue to collect the taxes. But the procedures have to be in order, and they're not right now. So with that, does any other member of the public wish to speak?
In Ketchmar. I live on Marion Street. I'm here not only for myself, but for some others who could not make it tonight. And we basically had a concern about the information out on the town website about the part-time hours in the assessor's office. One of the things being that 10 to 2, if you work and you need to get to the assessor's office, sometimes it is better to go there in person and talk to people to try to get information. It's hard to get out of work between 10 and 2, where when you're open all day, you can either stop before work, get out a little bit earlier, stop after work. So it's going to make it very hard for the people that want to get there but can't get away from work. Also, the concern was that it seems like they've lost all the staff, and just wondering, what's going to happen, hearing that it's going to be staffed maybe by people that aren't really familiar with the assessing process and the different procedures and stuff. And how is that going to affect things when people come in with questions? Are we going to be able to get our answers? That's just a concern. And also the size of the town, because Vestal has close to like 10,000 parcels, you kind of need somebody there full time. So those are kind of the questions or the concerns that I have, as well as some of the people that are in my neighborhood.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. So the hours temporarily are 10 to 2. The assessor is already taking appointments with individuals where they can come in and have and she can speak to them personally about their assessment. So people are scheduling appointments. Anybody can call at any time during the day. In terms of the hours, the previous hours were not very amenable to anybody who worked either. So it was very difficult for people who work to get in there on time. But she is taking appointments for different hours for different people, I believe. And she's just starting the process. She literally just started the job. And so she's spending her time and attention and getting the overview of everything that's going on in Vestal, taking a look at a lot of the assessments. And she's answering individuals and looking at the specific cases, both in litigation that are presently pending, and had just been addressed. And also with those who come to her and ask questions. There will be staff being trained in the office, but right now, any person can go into the office, can call or can email. They can get any question answered, and they can get any application or anything that they need, and somebody will help them through the process. So they will probably have expanded hours as in a while, but literally there's a little turnover, so they're going to get up and running pretty soon. But in terms of that, I have heard tons of positive feedback about when they called and how nice they were to them and how accommodating they were to them. We do ask everybody's patience though, when they call and they ask to make an appointment with the assessor, please have a little patience because it is getting a little busy and, but she will get to you and she will schedule a date for an appointment. In terms of the size of Astral, we are going to ensure that that office is fully staffed, that it can handle everything, all the job entailed of it, and that every resident gets their questions answered and their case reviewed if they wish to. And also that they have somebody to go to at all times. So yeah, we'll have expanded hours pretty soon, but right now they're getting a handle on what they need to do, and that's really, really important before they proceed forward. And I want to reassure everybody who are applying for the new changes in the senior exemption, all of your documentation is being accepted. All of that will be in place for this coming year. So please come to the office, or you can mail it, or you can email. You can certainly call during office hours if you're not sure how to do it. They will help you along with the process, make sure that you get your paperwork in on time, but everything is going to be handled and processed properly. So if they have any issues or questions, they can email me direct. But honestly, I've heard nothing but good response from the people that had contact with the office or had questions in regards. So. Okay, ma'am. Okay, welcome to stop, come up and talk to me afterwards. I'll be glad to talk to you then. But with that, we don't do the back and forth. Does any other member of the audience wish to speak? Okay, so we don't have anything else for this evening. So can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. So all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. I think I'm getting cold.